Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan Madison. I am a senior here at Oglethorpe University studying business administration, and I am going to go over my internship with Berkshire Hathaway, Georgia, in commercial real estate. So, Berkshire Hathaway, I actually worked for a subsidiary of the company called Atlanta Luxury Condo Group. They were founded in 2007, and what this means is the company was basically a branch of Berkshire Hathaway because a real estate agent branched off into a brokerage. Their main focus was on tenant representation. And here you'll see the office, most real estate offices are relatively small when it comes to commercial real estate because they don't stay in the office. And this company actually only had about 12 agents in the office at a time, and we would only show up for meetings most of the time. So my duties entailed basically assisting in underwriting the properties that we were looking at for sale. And I would do that by basically understanding things like net operating income and understanding other financial documents that came with those numbers so I could come up with a loan to value ratio. And through this, I kind of learned about the ways that I can implement the numbers that I've learned in my classes and implement the documents and stuff that we learned all throughout the semesters, all throughout the years, to basically come up with a way to finance a property. Again, I'm going to go through more pictures of the office, but this is where I would work on my real estate course for the majority of it. And it was essentially just like a classroom for me, because I was really there learning and taking my real estate course the entire time, with the intentions of becoming a real estate agent. So here is another property as well. Again, I had to go through some documents to basically see how this property would be financed. Pretty confusing, kind of interesting. But the biggest thing for me was trying to figure out how I could become a commercial real estate agent afterwards. And again, this is that same property from a different viewpoint. What I did learn about these properties is basically that a lot of them were under construction, and it's best that a lot of commercial real estate agents find properties while they're under construction. And moving into our financial documents, where we use our learning management system, this is where I would go through mock documents to kind of see how the numbers work and comparing residential to commercial real estate. So you can see there's comparables, the propositions from the agents, and you go through those numbers. This is another document for a commercial property, and this is, again, because they do tenant representation, this kind of shows you how they work those numbers with tenants and come up with a proposal for net operating income. And then the next document will go into this document, then takes that net operating income and helps you find out the max loan that is available using a loan to value ratio. And for those people interested in commercial real estate internships, it's very different, because I've had other internships in the past. It's very different from those. And I say that because you are not working necessarily for a company specifically. Like, I wouldn't work for every agent in the office. I worked specifically for my mentor, which is how I actually came about this internship. So I met my mentor through my dad, and he pointed me in the direction. And there's actually not very many Black commercial real estate agents in the industry. So he pointed me in the direction and told me that he would mentor me and get me here. And that's how I got the position. Commercial real estate internships are not as organized as many other internships. So if you are considering a commercial real estate position, I would make sure that you're joining maybe a larger company. I think being a part of Atlanta Luxury Condo Group was interesting because I got to see how a smaller scale company works. But on a larger scale, you get to see more of the behind the scenes. As an intern, you're more focused on the behind the scenes. So I got to go see a lot of properties and got to, directly see what was going on. And even in this picture, got to go see a conference that they were discussing on commercial properties. So again, like I would say, if you are interested in commercial real estate, make sure you join maybe one of the top three, which are CBRE, Cushman and Wakefield, and Berkshire Hathaway's up there as well. So, but that's working for the main office. So as you see here, you also have a shopping center, a warehouse. Those are also part of commercial properties. And so you really get to see a lot. You can be in warehouses, you can be in offices. This is an office, for instance. You could be in simple things like apartments or condos. Those are also commercial properties. So one thing that I really did learn from this is the connections that I made. So I actually got to meet several commercial real estate agents, and that's where this picture comes from. I met the agent that actually facilitated the transaction for the Georgia-owned credit union, and that's actually a $34 million property. So it's a very big commission that came from that one. So yes, and that pretty much concludes my presentation.